Hey guys, I want to show you something really fun in Borderlands 3, and that's how to insta-kill Troy Calypso. He's one of the big bosses that you have to fight at the end of Borderlands 3, and I think most people have got to that point by now, so there's no spoilers. You can do this with any character. You don't even need weapons or guns or shields or anything like that. What you're doing is making him basically fall off the map and he dies. And since they've been patching some of the other big bosses and making them harder to kill, this could be a really good way to get that really high XP if you're in Mayhem Mode 3 and offline. You'll be getting that 242,000 XP every time. I want to give a huge shout out to RonnieTheSnake. He's the one that showed this to me. He did it a few times, but he said he was having a hard time replicating it. So I went in and analyzed his footage and wanted to see, could I make it easier? Could I make it where it is a method that you could do every time? And yes, I think you can. Well, I can do it every time now, and if a girl can do it, you can do it. So when you get into the arena with Troy, he's going to be throwing a lot of different attacks at you, and you are waiting for him to do a very specific attack before you can do the maneuver to throw him off the mat. And it's this attack right here. He'll get to the center of the arena and throw 4 waves of orbs and then do a big purple splash attack. When you see this happening, you want to try to get to this side of the arena and try to stand in this area as closely as possible while also avoiding the orbs that he's throwing. So how you know to position yourself is you can judge it by the edge of the map and then a decorative trim. And you can see I'm dead center between those two. And then Troy is in the center of the map. And you need him in the center of the map for this. And he always goes to the center when he does the purple attack. And I'll show you guys another thing that you can watch out for to know that he's about to go to the center, so you'll know to come over here. So right after he does the 4 waves of orbs and the splash attack, he does another attack right after that every time. So he's going to throw multiple waves of orbs, and what you're doing is looking for the 3rd wave. So you want 1, 2, avoid the orbs, there's 3, and on 3 you want to run towards him, make a U-turn, bounce out of the map, jump over him, and he will crash into the water and die. If you are offline Mayhem Mode 3 and level 50, you will get 242,000 XP or maybe a little bit more depending on your guardian rank. But along with him crashing into the water, so do the weapons. So you need to go to Sanctuary and go to Lost and Found to collect them, and I'll show you guys that later on in the video. I'll show you guys one more time where to run. So if you're standing in this correct position, you get the 3rd wave of orbs. As soon as you see that, you want to run towards that trim, but don't go all the way to the trim. You want to U-turn, run diagonally in this direction, then jump and spin in the air and bounce in the water and bounce back in. That's going to make you jump over him. He's going to go under you and hit the water. Let me show you guys this again in a separate game to show that you can do this multiple times. I've had a really easy time with it when I use this method, so I'm making sure I maintain the position that I showed you. I'm waiting for the purple attack to be done. Now I'm waiting for the next attack, and I'm waiting for the 3rd wave of orbs. And I want the orbs to almost get to me, then I'm going to start running, and don't go all the way to the trim. U-turn, and when you're going to bounce over the water, I like to spin and look back into the map. Right here I'm doing it offline Mayhem Mode 3, and you can see I got 242,000 XP. Now I'll show you guys one thing you can look out for to indicate he's about to do the purple wave attack, and he will fly up and shoot like a fire beam underneath him, and every time he does that he always goes to the center of the arena and starts the purple wave attack. Sometimes he doesn't do that, but what I do is I just get into the arena and just run around, avoid him until he does go to the center of the arena and starts this specific attack. Right here I got downed, but I can still do it. I'm in a good position and I'm watching for that 2nd attack, and I'm watching for those orbs, and I'm gonna go ahead and run forward and spin around, jump out, and it works really good. The reason why I stand in that very specific position and then run forward but not too far is because it seems like that running forward part will trigger him to chase me. If I don't trigger it just right, then he'll shoot rockets at me instead. And you don't want that. You want him to chase you so that he flies out of the map, and running that very specific pattern seems to work. Once you do finish this fight, you can obviously go into the vault and loot this, and on Mayhem Mode 3 offline, you're going to get a lot of legendaries out of these boxes. And if you go and completely shut the game down, turn it off, and then come back in, it seems like these boxes will reset, but if you don't do that, they won't. I could be wrong about that, but that seems to be what was happening. When I completely shut the game off, these boxes would regenerate. Also, once you've completed the fight, you can go back to Sanctuary and go to the Lost and Found and collect all of the high rarities that you were unable to pick up because they got dumped in the water. I believe once you have the Lost and Found maxed out to capacity, you can hold 13 weapons, so you can just farm Troy a couple of times, come in and see what you got, and then rinse and repeat. But if you try this method and it doesn't work for you very well, don't give up. It just takes a little bit of time to understand your positioning, where you need to be, where he needs to be, and you will get it. Just don't give up. The more you try this and practice it, the easier it will get. And for people that are really good at gaming, they may be able to get this first time every try. For other people that are newer to this, it might take a little bit longer, and it's all about timing and positioning. But for me, it is a lot of fun, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it too, and we'll see you guys next video.
This is great. We make a great pair. Which is to say, yeah, I'm great. You look great holding me, but it's really great.